Okay, we are back. And so I went through the horrible quest line to upgrade my weapon. And so, before, in the last video, I had a staff with angel wings and stuff on it. Well, that staff has now evolved. And so it is now kind of like in... I'm not sure what that is. I guess it's like a very abstract... To me, it almost looks like a dragon, but maybe it's like vines or feathers. But it's very abstract. It's got little crystals that change color, that glow, that hang from it. And at the end, where it looks like there are maybe feathers or leaves or something, there's light emanating from that. It's like a yellow light. And at the, kind of near the, I don't want to say the hilt, it's not the hilt. But on the staff part where you're holding it, there's some rainbow lights that are emanating from it that wrap around it. So yeah, I have a very shiny, pretty staff, and I'm still wearing the choir outfit. And so now I have the staff I wanted, so I don't need to work on that crap anymore. And I also unlocked angel wings. So now my little choir lady has some very nice white feathery angel wings. And I also unlocked an emote to read. So now my little choir lady with angel wings also looks like she's reading, you know, or singing from a book. So, very cool. Spent several weeks working on all that. I mean, the wings I bought from the casino, but the book I got from an event, and the staff I'd been working on tediously for the last several weeks to get that upgraded. I'm never going to work on that crap again. So, alright. Now that my character looks amazing, but the wings are very limited. You can't really do anything with them, so I have to dismiss my wings so I can bring back or summon Midsgardemer, whatever that little dragon stalker I have going on right now. There we go. So, he's still stalking me, per the story, so he's got to follow me. Now let's talk to Eschiva. So I'm continuing on my class quest. No signs of Alaka, and the area beyond is fraught with danger. Not even hunters dare venture in. I would sooner not wander these parts without some guarantee that Alaka is near, but we cannot afford to delay lest she elude us completely. Let us split up and search. If you would focus on the area to the north, I shall follow the high road west. Oh, and do keep an eye out for the taint. If Alaka is here, it is like to have manifested. Alright, so I cleansed the taint, but Alaka was not there, so let's go meet up with Eschiva. She looks like she's panting on the floor. Oh, Alaka's here. You should not have startled me. What'd you do, kick her ass? You... She turns to me. I see. You are the one who undid my work. She shakes her head. Why do you interfere with my experiment? Eschiva, who's still kneeling on the floor panting. So, it was you who created the taint. Alaka. The taint, you say? An insult born of ignorance. What you so callously destroyed is a wellspring of life-giving ether. Eschiva. What are you saying? The taint is befouled ether. It destroys life. Alaka looks at her. So you choose to cling to your ignorance, like all the others. But it matters not what you think. When my experiment is complete, all the fools who tormented me and mine shall get their comeuppance. Eschiva. No, we won't let you continue your twisted experiment. Suikin, stop her! Alaka, I believe you have more pressing concerns. Oh, there's more taint and a couple of little rock elementals and some dude. A couple of dudes with spears. Drawn to the ether, I shouldn't doubt, or the taint, as you insist on calling it, but such details are immaterial. By whatever name it is known, I shall fill the world with it and have my revenge. Do not interfere. Consider this your final warning. I'm gonna have to interfere. I'm a white mage, and I mean, look at the Christmassy robe I got going on, and my shiny weapon. I mean, look at the shiny weapon that says I can't let you just do what you want. So, shiny weapon, go kick all their asses. Yay! Shiny weapon for the win. Alright, now let's cleanse the taint. It's taking a long time to cleanse the taint. There we go. Taint cleansed. You find a peculiar hunk of flesh on the ground. Uh-oh. Whose hunk of flesh is that? Let's go heal Eschiva. Thank you, Suikyun, she bows to me. Again, you have saved me, and again I am reminded of my own weakness. What do you have there? I found someone's finger. I actually don't know if it's a finger. Ugh. 'Tis well I skipped my last meal. I'd wager this is part of Alaka's experiment. The Seed Seers may be able to glean something from it, and yet I find myself loath to seek them out. They haven't lifted so much as a finger to help us. What can we expect of them now? Let's see, what will I say? We should consult them anyway. Now is not the time to be stubborn. Well, yeah, now's not the time to be stubborn. Let's just fucking do it. You have the right of it, Suikyun, she says as she shakes her head. There is more at stake than difference of opinion. If we are to save the Twelveswood, we must needs turn to the Seed Seer for aid. It is settled then. We return to Twelveswood. What'd I get? I got Thin Air. Next activity is executed without MP cost. By purifying the taint, you have honed your power as a white mage. Yay! Talk to Eschiva again. Trials of the Pajals. Please hold on to the hunk of flesh. It is, safer in your keeping. Uh-huh. Now then, let us return to Camp Tranquil and explain the situation to the Seed Seers. Great. It's like that poor lady that had to carry her lover's severed head around with her. Which I did a side quest that actually involved that lady. And she wound up turning into a necromancer. And she tried to, like, revitalize her dead husband, I think he was, or boyfriend, one of the two. And yeah, he just wound up being some, like, evil floating head. It was pretty crazy. She was luring people to the like, catacombs. To get them killed so that their souls would infuse into him and make him a new body and stuff. It was nuts. Ah! Fuck! I fell. Oh no! damn it. I forgot there's a friggin' gap there. That is not cool, game. There we go. Jump on my pretty bird. Pretty glowy golden bird. Which also matches my awesome outfit. Rhea O. Senna. Ah, you are returned. How fares the efforts to purge the taint? You wish to show us something? Yeah, I hope you haven't eaten recently. Was the tainted flesh. A byproduct of Alika's dark experiments. Oh, I thought it would say, what it was. Like if it was a finger. Just hunk of flesh, I guess. Rhea O. Senna. What does it tell us, brother? Arun Senna. The elementals are in trepidation of the flesh. It is infused with befouled ether. Of this there can be no doubt. And with the Great One's warning growing ever more fervent, it seems plain that this Alika continues to sow the taint. Rhea. Whatever it is she seeks to do, we must put a stop to it. Arun and I shall take a closer look at the flesh. In the meantime, you must resume your journey of purification. Escheva. What? With all due respect? Oh, to hell's with respect! I can't believe what I'm hearing! You would send us back into the midst of danger, and with nary a word of counsel? Rhea. I know full well that we ask much of you, but there is none other upon whom we can depend. Escheva. She looks pretty pissed. Depend, you say? Instead of depending upon others, why don't you do something for a change? We all know that you both have the power to do so. Do you realize how much Suikyun has been through in your names? Oh, but of course you don't, because while she bled for you, you were hiding here with your heads in the treetops. If Master Eitawa were to see this, he would be turning in his grave. Damn, she runs off. She was pissed. Rhea shakes her head. Heads in the treetops? What is the matter with her? See, what happened was... Arun. To think that our own people see us in such a light. Rhea shakes her head. It cannot be helped. Brother, we are bound to remain in the forest. Things are not as they were during Master Eitawa's time. Arun turns to her. Be that as it may, we were the people to lose... Be that as it may, were the people to lose faith in us, for whom shall we convey the will of the elementals? Forgive me, Suikyun, but I would be alone. Rest assured, I will take a closer look at the tainted flesh. He's kind of grown up a little bit. Rhea. Arun has the right of it. It is our duty to facilitate harmony between man and elemental. All the laws of the forest count for naught if we fail in this. At any rate, we must needs stop Alika's dark designs. And fear not, Suikyun. Henceforth, we will not leave you to bear the burden alone. Pray allow us the time to consider our next step. Hands of Healing. And I get an Orison attire coffer. Not sure what that is. And Tetragrammation. Grammation? Yeah, Tetragrammation. Let's see, restores target's HP. Cool. That's a lot of experience. Rhea. Suikyun, we have conceived a plan to deal with the taint. we would share the particulars with everyone. Might I trouble you to fetch Ashiva? She will have returned to Falgord Float, I believe. Pray return here after you have notified her. Araun and I shall be waiting. Alright, let's go get her, since she stormed off. I really like this Falgord Float area. It's very pretty. It's got flowers and stuff and trees. It's very nice. Shiva, come on. Oh, it's you, Suicune. I must apologize for my earlier display. That's alright. The Seed Seers wish to see me despite the disrespect I showed them. Though their ways baffle me, it cannot be denied that they care for the forest. Perhaps they deserve more credit than I give them. I will go, of course. Let us strike out at once. Let's go back to where I just was. I mean, at least she's, adult enough to apologize. Let's get on my awesome bird. I'd hope if I could actually use my bird properly. Rhea, our thanks for coming. Without further ado, let us begin. Araun. After our last meeting, I went to the Guardian Tree and presented the tainted flesh to the Great One. His reaction was telling. The befouled ether it bears is identical to the taint which now threatens the Twelveswood. Unless we stop Elika, the forest will be reduced to a wasteland of death. Achieva. Suicune gave me to understand that you have conceived a plan to deal with the taint. What is this plan? Rhea and Araun look at each other and nod. Rhea. Simply put, Araun and I shall accompany you to the Dravanian Forelands. As you are doubtless aware, we Pajals are chosen by the elementals to convey their will. Should that will go unheard, or be misinterpreted, harmony would be lost and tragedy inevitably befall. In order to prevent this, we strive to hone our sensitivity to the elementals far beyond the limits of ordinary men. And this sensitivity allows us to perceive even the slightest fluctuations in the ether. With our faculty for sensing ether, Araun and I shall ascertain the site of Alika's experiment, and once we find it, we will join our powers to Suicune's and purge the taint once and for all. Ashiva. You would leave the forest? But what of the will of the elementals? Araun. Rest assured, we have obtained the Elder Seed Seer's permission. Our sister shall see to it that the elementals do not go unheard during our absence. But above all, your words struck home. We will not leave the two of you to bear the burden alone. We shall do all we can to aid you, as Pajals and the White Mages both. Ashiva. You truly mean to leave the forest and help us? They nod. Ashiva bows. In the heat of the moment, I forgot myself and spoke out of turn. I pray you can forgive me. Rhea. There is naught to forgive. On the contrary, we are grateful for your opening our eyes. Now I trust we can rely upon you to guide the way. Eschiva nods. Rhea. Listen, Suicune. This will be our first time outside the forest, and we will most certainly make fools of ourselves. I would thank you not to enjoy yourself overmuch. I expect to enjoy myself very overmuch. Eschiva. I shall escort the Seed Seers to Tailfeather. Pray meet us there. I nod. I just noticed my game is saying I obtained 1 gil. I don't know what I gained 1 gil from. Rhea. So here we are at Tailfeather. Why, the journey here wasn't nearly as daunting as I expected. I dare say we could have made it without Eschiva. Arun. Bold words coming from someone who fairly hugged our guide during the entire journey. Rhea. Seeing as we are here, we ought to get to work. Do you sense anything, brother? He considers. Arun. I do. An anomaly in the ether that wrenches the stomach. It emanates from the north and west. Eschiva. A cavern lies in that direction. Morn 'tis called, and if memory serves, so too does a water vein. It seems to me that this is where we must go. I must warn you all, though, that the area is thick with dragons. You must proceed with caution. Rhea. Dragons, you say? Well, I, for one, would welcome the excitement. The journey thus far has been rather dull for my tastes. Yeah, totally. Arun. Dull suits just fine, sister. Remember, our priority is to purge the taint. Wow, look at him being all mature. Rhea. As if I would forget. The fate of the Twelves Wood is at stake. Let us make haste to mourn and confront Alaka. We nod. Alright, finally found Alaka. She is in a very strange area. It's kind of in a mountain. It almost looks like it should be really hot, kind of volcano-y. Let's go kick her butt. Yep, here we go. Single player. I knew it was going to be that. There's that dragon lady from before. I take out my staff. Alaka. So, you are still alive. I am still alive. Everyone else takes out their weapons too. Alaka just shakes her head. Most intriguing. Horns such as I have, yet you are not Au-Ra. Wait. Horns such as I have, yet you are not Au-Ra. Yeah. Well, whatever you are no different from the others. You have come to interfere with my experiment. But know this. It is your ignorance that led us down this path. They just kind of stared each other down. Alaka. When Xaylia are nomads. No, we Xaylia are nomads, who roam and live off the land. My tribe was no different. Yet, though we did no harm to those whose lands we traveled, they treated us as vermin. In their ignorance, they feared us, and that fear manifested as spite and violence. My loved ones and I were cursed at, spat upon, beaten, and worse. It was out of the desire to protect them that I began my research. Such pain we have suffered. I swore that I would visit upon the ignorant masses 100-fold. She turns to the dragon behind her. And soon I shall fulfill my goal, for my experiment has finally borne fruit. Is that the same dragon lady? It might not be. Kinda looks like her, though. To be sure, there is still work to be done. Such robust flesh cannot be sustained by ordinary ether. Nay, it must needs be fed something far more potent. The taint. Did she make a dragon? My pet can go only where the taint exists, and so I shall fill the whole world with it. Around. Sister, I sense naught but befouled ether from that dragon. Rhea. This is without a doubt the source of the taint. We must needs purify it whole. Elika. You would get in the way of my vengeance. Then you shall be the first to feel my wrath. Oh, I guess it's not the dragon lady, it's some other dragon. Kill them all, my lovely. It ends here, Elika. You'll not harm so much as another leaf. Vengeance is not the way. Yeah, because I am way overpowered. I'm kicking this thing's ass. Because I am level... Well, they lowered me down to level 6 because I have all kind of shit. What? The befouled ether? What is dead can never die. Is it a zombie? The power of healing Suicune. Use it to purify the stagnant ether. Use cured. I guess regen. Soul of the damned, render your essence unto my creation. This bodes ill. Strike down the undead first. I'm healing it. I thought you told me to heal it. Am I supposed to heal it or not heal it? I don't get it. I'm healing it. Whatever. There, I healed it. Healed it good. I healed it. Now what? It's getting up. It rises. All that healing and it still wasn't enough? I guess not. It's no use. My pet cannot be slain. No, we won't give up. If it rises again, we have but to strike it down. Kicking its ass again. And it's down again. Confound it, the befouled ether still remains. How many times must I tell you? You struggle in vain. Huh, we'll see about that. Am I supposed to heal it again? Heal! Heal them all the way up, so I guess I can heal this Chiba. Heal some more. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just gonna heal it. Great, so healing, I guess. Yep. Ha! 'Twas but a matter of time. No, you will not get in the way of my vengeance. It still returns! Oh, it is a zombie dragon. Ah, but the befouled ether is gone. We nearly have it. Souls of the damned, come to our aid! More undead, stay sharp! Yeah, I killed your zombie dragon. Elika falls to her knees. She looks distraught. My dreams, all gone to dust. Aw, she's crying. I am powerless. Powerless to protect my people. Powerless to change anything. Rhea. We are cowards, all of us. That which we do not understand instills fear within us, and so we lash out. In return, you sought to strike back at those who hurt you. You have done terrible things, and must be held accountable for your crimes. Elika closes her eyes for a moment. But know that it is not too late to make amends. You still have a chance to atone. Your knowledge may yet be used for good. You need but find a new purpose, and I shall be glad to help you look for it. Elika looks down and closes her eyes. Araun looks to me. With Elika apprehended, it seems safe to say that danger to the Twelveswood is past, and we owe it all to the two of you. This experience has taught me much and more, not least of all how powerless I was in the face of an external threat. Yeshiva looks surprised. If I am to protect the forest, I must needs spend less time with my head in the treetops, and more with my feet on the ground. To that end, I shall strive to be a Pajal as Master Aytawa was, standing ready to journey to the ends of the world if need be. Good job. Were it not for your shining example, I never would have found the courage to come to this decision. I cannot thank you enough. Escheva. Master Araun, when the time comes for you to embark upon your journey, pray allow me to accompany you. Araun looks surprised, and Escheva shrugs. It isn't safe to travel alone, you know, to be true. Besides, you need someone to keep a record of all your deeds, that they may be passed on to future generations. For all my bold words, I am still but a green sapling. Nevertheless, I would serve you faithfully as my grandfather once served Master Aytawa. Araun. I should be heartened to have your company, Escheva. I shall endeavor to be a Pajal worthy of your respect. She bows. With a smile. Escheva. Thank you, Master Araun. I swear you'll not be disappointed in me. Araun nods. Yay, he's growing up. Rhea. Araun and I shall escort Elika to and place her in the Wood Whaler's care. Pray come and see us afterwards at Camp Tranquil. We will thank you properly. Rhea. During the entire way back, Ellicott did not so much as favor us with a glance, but neither did she attempt to flee. I believe there is hope for her yet. Till such time as she finds a new purpose, I shall visit her cell as often as my duties allow. With the source of the taint banished, the Great One's warnings have ceased. We may rest easy for a time. Disaster has been averted thanks to you and Eschiva. We are eternally in your debt. Eschiva. You are kind for saying so, my lady, but I have done scarcely anything. All your gratitude should be reserved for Suicune. Allow me to thank you as well, Suicune. Had you not sought me out that day, I may never have found my true calling. Beginning today, I shall accompany Master Alraun as he works to maintain peace and harmony within the Twelveswood. I know not where our journeys will take us, but when next we meet, I shall stand before you a stronger woman. Alraun. We had best be on our way. Fare you well on your own journey, Suicune. I look forward to seeing you again within the Twelveswood and without. Rhea. Well, they pretty much exhausted everything I had intended to say. So I shall say but this. I mean to do my part as well. Together with my siblings, I shall work to preserve the harmony of the forest, protecting it from threats both within and without. As for you, Suicune, of the White, with your newfound powers, pray continue employing our art for the betterment of the realm. May the light of succor and solace shine wheresoever you may go. I got the Orison Attire Coffer and Tetragrammation. By purifying the taint, the source, you have gotten better. This concludes the White Mage quest for Final Fantasy XIV, Heavensward. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. Stormblood must be registered to your service account. You must have completed the main scenario quest, The Far Edge of Fate. Once you have done so, the next White Mage quest will be available from Ray Senna. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Let's talk to Alphinaud now. Back to the main story. Alphinaud. Bah, he's gone. Suicune, we must widen our search. And he ran off. Great. Alright, let's go friggin' find him. I forgot I can't fly. Alphinaud. We did see a Moogle, did we not? I completely forgot what the hell we were doing. It's been a few weeks for me. Ether disturbance. The nearby air appears warped. You sense that concealing magics are at work. Okay, can I fix it? Here's Ysayle. Where could he have gone? Again, I do not remember what the hell we were doing. I have heard the tales of these Moogles, but 'tis the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They are rather adorable, aren't they? Oh yeah, I saw a Moogle in some kind of weird area. I guess Travanian? I guess they weren't supposed to be, like, found there? What? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. Yeah, you're not like Lorvashil, come on now. You are not a replacement for Ice Queen. Oh, it's the antagonizer, Estonine. What you got? A Moogle, did you say? I am unfamiliar with the breed, but I shall search for one nonetheless. Aren't Moogles kind of like the Harvest Sprites in Harvest Moon, where only special people can see them? So, you would think they would almost be myth. Estonine. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Mayhaps 'twas simply one of these strange plants, shifting in a breeze. Did he not see it? I thought everyone saw it. Huh. So Ysayle saw it, and obviously I saw it. But did Estonine not see it? There is no sign of a Moogle in the area. No. Elfinod, I couldn't find a Moogle. I'm sure I glimpsed the Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? I mean, are they shapeshifters? I don't know. I don't actually know what Moogle powers are. Mountaintop diplomacy. Oh. Depending on who's doing the diplomacy, that may not work out so great. Piety material. Well, that would have been great during my quest to get an awesome weapon. Elfinod. Confound it. Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Moogles? I am certain... Gosh. Relvziger would not elude us for long. Estonine shrugs. Though the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify Nidhogg's with any certainty. We could wander the mists for days and not know if we were any closer to his brood brother. Elfinod thinks. And those are days we cannot well afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces then? Lady Ysayle, might I ask you to question any dragons with whom you judge is safe to approach? Ysayle nods. Ysayle, I shall try, yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravanians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Elfinod? Elfinod, I have not yet given up on the Moogles. So you can come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Moogles' kin in the Twelveswood. After that business with Muggle Mog, I dare say they will be glad to help us. I nod. Estonine, assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, in the hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Elfinod nods. Thank you, Estonine. Come then, Suicune. Let us make haste for Gridania, and rendezvous at Nofika's altar. Ah, but I neglected to tell you. There is an aetheorite of ancient construction here, which you should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. I nod. Elphanod. I sent word to the Elder Seedseer upon arriving to Gridania, and I am pleased to report that she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us to contact the Twelveswood Moogles, it is she. We are expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the conjurer stationed at its entrance? I am. Silent Conjurer. The Elder Seedseer awaits you. Pray follow me. Oh, they're gonna have some voices. Nope. Alright, so we've got Kane-sama and a couple of people behind her, which I'm probably supposed to know who they are, but I don't remember who they are. Alright, she bows to us. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less of a relief to see you safe and hail with mine own eyes. Elphanod. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our coming and goings. Elder Seedseer, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Damn, that's heavy. Kane-sama. Speak on, friend. Elphanod nods. See, what happened was... Kane-sama considers. I see. So you seek a means to contact these Moogles of the Churning Mists. Question mark. Kupo-po! I say Kupo! Kane-sama. Greetings, Kuplokap. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? Kuplokap. I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Kan-e, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Moogles in the sky, Kupo. Elphanod turns to him. Or her? I don't know. I will gladly tell you all I know, though it amounts to precious little. We encountered a Moogle high in the clouds of Dravania, and had hoped that you and your kin in the Twelveswood might agree to facilitate a meeting. Kane-sama. Pray correct me if I am mistaken, Kuplo, but there are legends, are there not, which speak of Moogles who dwelled beyond the clouds? Kuplokap. Indeed there are, Kupo. Long, long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course, that was before their masters took to bickering like spoiled children. Kane-sama. Ah, yes, the tale of good King Mogulmog the 12th. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length, that his subjects may climb down from the sky and escape to the world below. Elphanod considers. Ignoring my more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kuplo's ancestors hailed from the Churning Mists. Given how long his kin have resided in the Twelveswood, it is perfectly possible that the details of their history have faded into myth. Kane-sama. Indeed, Master Elphanod, such stories oft contain a measure of truth. 'Tis like that the Moogles of the Churning Mists tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Kuplokap. Oh, Oh, fleeing's second nature to us. We often hide when large races come tramping through the forest. Of course, where there's one Moogle, there's bound to be more. Koplo considers. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. Alphinaud nods. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kuplo. You would accompany us then? Kuplokop. Just you try and stop me, Kupo. I'll admit the thought of venturing outside the Twelveswood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousin. Kane-sana. If you will have me, I too will accompany you on the venture, and lend my voice to your cause as an ambassador of Gridania. All her guards and look shocked. Even I look shocked. Holy shit! I'm not stoic. Alphinaud. My lady! Are you quite certain? Kane-sana. How oft have our nation turned to the scions of the Seventh Dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the Warrior of Light to risk her life to save our own? Full many times, I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus do I choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. Everyone's like, nope, not allowed to go. Kane, is this not just? Her guards all salute, like, yes ma'am. Alphinaud. A most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seedseer. We would be honored by your presence. He nods. Kane smiles. Her guards all bow and salute and shit. Like, we have to, but we're not happy about it. Alphinaud. Pray return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as Elder Seedseer's guide on the journey back to Som-Al. It being a path I have already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seedseer's personal guard to escort us. Yeah, you would think there wouldn't be a whole lot of issues with us having a personal guard and everything, but never know. Estenine. Well met, Warrior of Light. Nidhogg has not stirred, but he watches us, unblinking. I mean, you are carrying his unblinking eyeball in your pocket. I don't know what you expected. The Elder Seedseer herself answered your call? Then there is naught to do but wait. They are here, Suicune. Yep, there they are. Alphinaud. Greetings, my friends. I am happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful, devoid as the road was of Dravanians. 'Twould seem the dragons have abandoned Som-Al for the churning mists. Elder Seedseer, may I present to you Sir Estenine, Ishgard Azure Dragoon. Kane-sana. 'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estenine. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage. She bows deeply. Estenine returns a deep bow himself. Kane-sana. Friends, I feel it only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Mughals are all around us, even as we speak, and I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune moment to introduce ourselves. Alphanod nods. We walk over to some kind of platform, I guess? This shall serve. Kane looks to the Kuplo and nods, and he nods in return. Kuplo Cop. They're hiding, of course, but there are so many of them, Kupo. Kane nods. I am Kane-sana. My companions and I have braved the long road from the Twelveswood to share words with you. On this, the occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. She holds up her staff. Her staff glows. The bright white light. I think Kuplo Cop's blown a little horn. Question mark? Oh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo. It kind of looks like we're standing in front of a giant dandelion. No. Mughals pop out of the giant dandelion. Moglin. This one's got a little crown on its head. Little, like, feather and bark crown, I guess, with a couple of little teardrop, I don't know, like, blue little teardrop gems. I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Mughal clan. Cool. Kane-sana. Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Kuplo Cop. Greetings! I am Kuplo Cop, ambassador of the Twelveswood Mughals. Moglin. He's a big Mughal. I think he's at least twice as big as the other ones. A Mughal from the world below? Your hide is of a different hue. Yeah, Moglin, I thought it was maybe just the light, but it's a very slightly... almost red? I don't know, it's just a slightly different color of white. Hard to tell. But that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Kupo. Kane-sana. My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here amongst the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well can I imagine your weariness. I am told that men have not walked here in nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness when I unfound to you the grave matter which first brought them unto your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great worm Relzegir, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt man and dragon. Moglin. An end to the war, you say? I trust you, Kane-sana. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I'm afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. To be plain, we did not hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 years. Well, not only because of that. We hid because we smelled dragon blood. Yeah, Estinine. these skies are home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Revzagar, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we were worried that the presence of your blood-splattered warrior friends will attract attention of the nastier kind and invite destruction into our happy home. Damn, I look shocked. And Essenine looks shocked for some reason. Kuplo Cap just appears right in front of the camera. Now, just a moment, Chieftain. Suicune here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it has always been for a really good reason. I mean, unlike Essenine. She's a champion of the Twelveswood Moogles, and I'll not hear her good name slandered. Oh, thanks. Moglin. Now, Ambassador, let us not ruffle each other's fur. I shall of course take your testimony into consideration. Kane-sana. If I may, Chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Might we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other? The other Moogles seem to consider, and talk excitedly amongst themselves. Moglin. An excellent suggestion, Kupo. In the interests of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend to you the hospitality of Mogholm. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching, Kupo. She nods. Or Kane-sana nods. She turns to us and nods, and we all get the fuck out. I'm supposed to speak to someone, but I don't see them. Speak with Moglin. Oh, he's up there. Oh, he's sitting on his little dandelion thing. It's like a throne, I guess. Moglin. Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? It must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Kuplo Clap called you again? I'm an Elysian. Suicune? Well, yeah, Suicune. Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin is taken, by the way, Kupo. As are Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. These being the names of the 3 wise Moogles who will administer the momentous challenges that I have devised to measure your worth. I call them the Trials of Trustworthiness. Undertake these trials, and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. Great. Guess I'll get the fighting materia, since none of that shit's for me. Who am I supposed to talk to? I hate when the game doesn't tell me who I'm supposed to talk to next. Let's talk to you, Sarah. So exceedingly fluffy. I mean, they do look pretty fluffy. One Moogle is singing. Let's talk to Mogmug. Mogmug's Trial. Let's see, do I get anything for this one? Doesn't look like it. Great. Mogmug. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know. I am the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you have ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. And so humble. They remind me of myself. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can barely take a stroll outside without those relentless Travanians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as if they might just gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madam, is this. Find these ardent Archosaurus and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. I mean, so exceedingly fluffy. Even Ysayle sees it. She's like, so fluffy. Though, I mean, she looks like every other Mogul. I assume it's a she, but I don't know. Is the antagonizer around? I don't see him. Oh, here's Alphinaud. I do not expect our travels to bring us to Moogle Village. I wonder if a similar settlement exists somewhere within the Twelveswood. Probably. I mean, I expect them to need a home somewhere. Oh, I guess I can accept more than one quest. Let's go speak to Mohgwyn. Mohgwyn's Trial. Mohgwyn's the name, and art is my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Mogholm who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you have come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness. But as I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me, I instead charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, granted to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Mogholm. Okay. Speak to Mogamo? I don't think that was one of them. Mohgwyn is missing his masterpiece, Kupo? Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I've not seen it recently, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. Oh, no. Let's see. Muddled Moogle. Maestro Mohgwyn has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo? Oh, happy day! Oh, jeez. If I am the swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mohgwyn for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Kupo nuts just lying about to spend on such luxuries? Oh, that one wants it. Huh. Guess there's no accounting for taste. Let's see, Moghan? I think that was one of the other. Yeah, Moghan's a quest giver. Moghan's Trial. Hello, yes, I am Moghan, the foremost alchemist in Mogholm, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy, your wings droopy, I've a potion to fix that. Or I would if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes. Go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck 3 sprigs of cloud's breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance to Isle Tome. It is not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. I love how the game's basically self-aware that half-time adventurers just do everyone else's chores. That's basically what it boils down to. Mogto. I don't know much about that stone, but I do know Mogwen's been creeping out the back way to Som Al's summit from time to time, Kupo. Maybe he left it up there? Alright. Speak with Mogwen. Well, what did you find out, Kupo? Apparently you probably dropped it and half the people don't give a shit and the other half just wants to take it. Yes. Now that you mentioned it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. Ahem. The second part of your trial commences. Go, adventurer, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. Okay. Here's Estinine. The Fury take these ridiculous flying rodents. Oh, so we can see them now. Apparently he's not a fan, though. Big surprise. He's not even taken by the fluffy one. Estinine's grumpy. Alright, complete all 3 of those quests. Speak to Moghan. Did you have any trouble finding Cloud's Breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know. Yes, I found it. Lack of imagination has led to most white flowers found growing in the skybound regions of Dravania and Abalathia to be named after clouds. This light-petaled specimen being no exception. That's because people are lazy at naming conventions. They're like, cloud this, cloud that, whatever. Moghan. Oh, yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I'm your Moogle, Kupo. I don't have a palm? Get some materia, I guess. Speak to the fluffy one, Mogmug. You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees? Wonderful! You are as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those louts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Dravanians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. Sure, we'll go with that. Alright, Mogwen. Do you have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe? Moogle masterpiece. An ordinary rock awash with extraordinary color. What that color represents, however, you cannot discern from any angle. Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplation of Zenith. Thank you, madam. At last I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. Thanks. What does this stuff look Oh, it's a weird looking stick thing. Yeah, whatever. You have completed the Trials of Trustworthiness. Return to Chieftain Moglin and await his judgment. Okay. What this one is. The Bathing Bully. I don't know what that is. Moglin's Judgment. Suicune, if that is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the Trials of Trustworthiness administered by the Taskmasters Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. I really had to do that? Should have already been there. Alphron, get your ass over here. Are these trials over then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. If our hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like a pack of chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Kupo nuts out of principle. But I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? Oh, apparently he had to suffer the same shit. He had to do chores. Estinine. How go your trials, Warrior of Light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Such contradictions aside, our host seemed entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld who also favored such attacks. 'Twas meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a caracal lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Suicune. I like not this place. You're so grumpy. It's like it's too fuzzy and cute. Kan Asana. Standing here in Mog home, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Moggle Mog XII, his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for younglings that grew with the telling. But with every passing moment, I became more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. That is kind of cool. I do like that. I like how they incorporated that into the lore. Lore within the lore. Moglin. Not another word until you have summoned your companions, Kupo. I was quite serious about the not repeating myself part. Oh, I thought I did that already. Oops. Nope. You gotta find a couple more people. Isael, come on, let's go. What sorcery is this? That my heart should stir at mere fluffiness. Suicune, I was, no matter. What is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision? Well, let us not keep him waiting, then. The fluffy. Kuplacop. We've become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. Yeah, these Moogles have pink palms, while the other Moogles have red palms. Moglin. Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands. We're like, seriously? Kane-sana. And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, Chieftain? Yeah, she's not even pissed off by it. Moglin. Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really at all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But you see, before my meeting with Revziger could take place, certain preparations needed to be made. And what better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all these tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo? He just dances around excitedly. Estinine. Grrr. You mad? Moglin pauses and Estinine just crosses his arms. Moglin frantics around. Oh dear! The horn! Bring out the horn! Quickly now! A Moogle flies over to me and gives me a horn. Moglin. We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the great worm, Kupo. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Moggin may have sat on it. So we needed some time for cleaning and polishing and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. Ysayle. We are in your debt, Chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Revziger. Moglin. Yes, very possibly, yes. But I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of, Ysayle. Your concern is appreciated, but I am quite certain that Revziger will welcome our overtures. He's like, if you say so. I think he's looking at Estinine in particular. Estinine. Should we ever arrive at his lair, come, we have squandered enough time already. You're so grumpy! What a grumpy pants. Everyone's like, wow, what a grump. Kane-sana steps forward. Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Moglin looks excited. Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Moghome your home amongst the clouds. We bow and turn to make our leave. Everyone, the Moogles wave at us. Bye! Moghon. Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would ever have found time for all those rotten chores. Hey, that wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would have never gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well, eh, Kupo? Sure. Leaving Moghome. Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Elphanod is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. And they fly off. Let's see what Ysayle says. It will not be long now, Relfziger. Kane-san, are you sure? We're about to speak to a dragon who may want to kill all of us. Through our labors, new friendships have blossomed. For this, we must give thanks. Yeah, she doesn't even care we had to do stupid-ass chores. She's a great diplomat in that way, I guess. Elphanod. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith. And I believe the Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? Kane-sana. Elphanod, Suikyun, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Moogles might never have been revealed to us. Elphanod. Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplokop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad you did. Kuplokop. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends, and have so many fantastic tales to tell my King's Moogle back home. Kane-sana. And it is to our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Oh, and she bows. So she's not going to go meet the dragon with us. Elphanod. Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We must too be on our way. Relfziger awaits. And he bows low. Kane-sana. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estenine. She's kind of speaking to me privately. Beneath that stoical face, a storm of anguish seethes unseen. I nod. He's not very stoic, he's a fucking instigator. So much of an instigator. And she leaves. I mean, he has not really been all that calm this whole time. He instigates with everybody. Let's find my way out of this place. I already feel like I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. This way, I think. Or is this where I'm supposed to? I don't know. Let's go this way. I can't see where the hell I'm going. Yep, that's not it. Fuck it, I'll just teleport. It's like, oh, I walked out of here at one point. I should be able to do it again, but nope, I couldn't. That's okay. Speak to Elfnaut real quick. We have tarried over long. Let us forge ahead as swiftly as we may, lest Ishgard bear the brunt of Horde's fury. Ysael. The closer we come to Relvsiger, the higher my spirits rise. But it is I who am elated, or Saint Shiva. Oh, is it I, or Saint Shiva? I don't know. Estinine. Enough talk. Let us leave this risible place behind us. I'm so angry. Gotta chill, man. Maghan. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. The road to Zenith. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shining instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Relvsiger attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace, where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though. We need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo. Great. Alright, let's speak to Elfnaut real quick. The histories make no reference to the existence of these ruins. Curious. Most curious. Estinine. Never would I have believed that so much land lay hid above the clouds. Dravania is not as I imagined it. Ysael. Do you see that sculpture to the south and west of here? I am but certain it was carved in the likeness of Saint Shiva. South and west? No? That is cool. No, I don't see a statue. Oh. Maghan. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. Waiting for the wind to change. Maghan. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Relvsiger invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. Oh, come on. Just let me blow the fucking horn. Seriously? Alright, so I'm in the ruins, and it's very ruiny. You know, kind of what you would expect from ruins. Lots of kind of dry grass, dead trees, crumbled buildings, almost like... I almost want to say Roman aesthetic, but I'm not sure. But I seem to be in almost like a round, you know, stage of some kind. Maybe an arena. Maybe. Let's talk to Elfnaut. The fates make mock of us, to be so close. I know, right? Fuck that shit. Essenine. Who can say when the weather will turn? I have a mind to make camp. Yeah, right. Ysayle. And now the very elements conspire to delay our meeting with Revsliger. Ugh, I must be patient. See? Even they know. They know this is bullshit. Magon. This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. Alphinaud. If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Coerthas. Essenine. Huh. Clear our minds? 'Tis Master Alphinaud who mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Do you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Suicune, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of your young friend. You'll have the camp ready by the time you return. Alphinaud just kind of wandered off. Okay, so I went and beat up a couple of dragons. Speak to Ysayle. I've prepared some things for a meal. It will be plain fare, but better than an empty belly. Essenine. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphinaud returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. Looks like we're having dinner. You got bowls of food on one of the fallen slabs of ruin, and a bag of stuff. Alphinaud returns with a couple of armfuls of wood. I mean, there's dead trees everywhere. It's not exactly hard to find a dead tree. Now it's very dark, and we see a little campfire cooking up some stew. Essenine is sitting on the ground, being all grumpy. Ysayle looks, like Ysayle. I'm apparently watching a Moogle sleep. A firelight washes over the group as they sit around it. Alphinaud. Ah, few things compare to the simple pleasures of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Essenine. Ha! So speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. Alphinaud smiles. Alphinaud. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, I leave my own devices. Left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Ysayle with a pile of damp leaves. He gazes into the fire and his smile kind of fades. I was born the pampered son of a Sharlayan dignitary, and alongside my twin, became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the state studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. Ysayle looks at him. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. how many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe. They all just kind of sit in silence for a moment. 'Twas only upon meeting Relvsiger that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things, I cannot deny, but I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. Alphinaud, if this journey has taught me anything, it is importance and difficulty of holding on to one's conviction in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. Estenine, You are well on your way, Master Alphinaud. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst the grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. Estenine throws a piece of wood into the fire. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Ysayle does not look happy. Estenine, you gave your word! Estenine, my word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Should show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Relvsiger of the righteousness in your cause. Ysayle kind of crosses her arms and leans back. She stares at the ground for a moment. Ysayle, doubt not, but I shall. Doubt not, but that I shall, Dragoon. Alphinaud smiles as he gazes into the starry night sky. Well, the wind's willing. We shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. Okay, I'm a little glad we had this interaction. It was pretty good. Maybe if you're gonna do some bullshit like, oh, the wind, at least make it worthwhile. And I would say this was worthwhile. Let's talk to Estenine. Whenever you are ready, Warrior of Light, full eager am I to gaze upon this great worm. Ysayle, we must succeed in winning Relvsiger to our cause. Lend me your resolve, Saint Shiva. Alphinaud, I trust you are well rested, Suicune? Good. If we are to parley with Relvsiger, we shall each have need of the full complement of our wits. Speak to Maghan. Heart of Ice. Oh. The campfire was so cozy. I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Relvsiger back to the skies above Zenith. I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot on that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now, if it's all the same to you. Good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. Oh, no. Great. This way, I guess? Yeah, let's go up this winding staircase. Go up all these stairs, more stairs. More winding staircases. Who's that going over there? There's like glowing walls everywhere. Well, I guess one wall? One wall's definitely glowing. Don't know why. But there's a glowing wall. It's the edge of the world. I don't know. You know, I just realized this kind of feels like one of those boss walks you go on. Those really long corridors because you're about to get your ass kicked by a boss. Yeah, it kind of feels like that going on right now. Alright, let's speak to Alphanon. See what he says. So, this is the place. Yes, it is. Estinine. It is time, warrior of light. Ysayle. Lend me your resolve, Saint Shiva. Alright. Let's summon a fucking great worm and see what happens. I'm in a great outfit to blow a little horn. A little choir outfit. Mortals, why do you disturb my solitude? It's kind of a white grayish dragon with 4 wings, it looks like. Very long. Almost like Land Before Time. Not Land Before Time. Yeah! The Never-Ending Story. That it basically looks like the Never-Ending Story dog dragon guy. Relvsiger! Yeah, he definitely looks like the Never-Ending Story dog dragon. With big-ass goat horns. Or ram horns coming out the front. Thou speakest the name of a creature that but awaketh the release of oblivion. Leave me.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Ysayle steps forward.
Hraesvelgr, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
damn, he was not happy about that. Do not speak her name, mortal.
But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl. Thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? That the secrets of her heart are thine to know?
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Gullible fool. The light but illuminated the past for thee. It did not grant thee omniscience. The spirit thou hast summoned belonged not to Shiva. 'Tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. In an age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by the Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect a king amongst worms. Yet the divinity they called forth merely borrowed the semblance of my fallen brood brother. Oh, so the Ascians have been doing this for a while. Such gods are not summoned but created. Phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith.
Then the spirit that answered me.
Was but thy dream of Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thine own making, child. Oh no, Ysayle looks distraught and falls to her knees. I mean, it makes sense.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelgr, Ysaele's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and death. And thou wouldst speak to me of peace? I mean, he's got a point. Hark thee, mortal, to the naked truth. Then tell me thou deservest forgiveness. See, what happened was... "1,200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war, twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation. 2 centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Elysian learned much about us, not least that the eye of a great worm are the wellspring of his strength. "'Twas out of the selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thordan then conspired to undo all that our people had achieved together." Sounds about right. With the aid of his leal knights, that most noble of Elysian lured my brood sister. I almost called it Ratatosk. Yeah, it's basically Ratatosk. Ratatosker into an ambush, and took from her that which he craved. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger, of my brood sister's tattered corpse, defiled by her Elysian allies. They had torn out her eyes, and feasted upon them in the manner of wild beasts. Damn. Yet that was not all, for from their bloody banquet, the fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now, I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. Nidhogg was the first to learn of this atrocity, and he took to the skies, hungry for vengeance. But though he slew Thordan and some few of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears, and with now practiced savagery, they set about my brood brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the Dragon Song War. "'Tis a song my kind shall never forget. Aeon should 10,000 years pass, and Ishgard crumble into dust." Well, damn.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, Dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
What thou chooseth to believe is immaterial. The betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth to my kind. and Nidhogg meaneth for Thorin's people to suffer for this sin till the end of days. That which thou imagines a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire of the torment, those who abandon their own and side with dragonkind?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitors' progeny bear a trace of Ratataskar's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it.
Then, the seed lies within us.
Tis for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with a drink, and thus are they transformed to join the ranks of Nidhogg's ever-growing army as newborn dragons. One by one, through death or defection, my brood brother shall account for all of the betrayer's children.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
We all just kind of look at each other. There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end. Like thee, Dragoon. But struggle as thou might, thy youthful vigor will be spent ere thou reachest 210, and Nidhogg shall remain to torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance. An eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of thy quest?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Stubborn child, thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. Tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetuate the crime. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seems distant to thee. She looks down. For a worm such as Nidhogg, however, that history is yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Ratataskar's wounds. How could he not be driven mad? "'Tis only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me." But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. He flies off. Alright, so I'm a bit confused. So everyone in Ishgard can turn into a dragon. There's, I guess, dragon blood in them? Oh! Because they ate the eye. Or I guess eyes. I guess they ate both of them. So because they ate the eyes, that blood runs through their veins, like through the lineage. And so because they technically possess dragon blood, even though it's a small amount, they can become dragons. So either they are going to transform everyone into a dragon and end the war that way, or they'll just continue killing everyone until everyone's dead. One of the two. Or is that not what they were doing? Or are they just basically not trying to exterminate them necessarily, but have it drag out as long as possible? Ysayle does not look happy. Let's talk to her. What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, because all the summons are just fabrications of people's will. They don't actually exist. Estenine. As predicted, Iceheart's faith in the worm was misplaced, which leaves us with but one recourse. You know I have the right of it, Warrior of Light. Alphinaud. Relziger was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power, the will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. Oh no. The Worm's Lair. Everyone just kind of stands in a circle staring
Well,
at each
what do you
other.
propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
Oh, more speaking.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
That doesn't sound like a good plan. That sounds like a very bad plan.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
Wouldn't that just piss off all the other dragons?
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And if the tales are true, the Warrior of Light has bested many an invincible foe.
He just holds out a giant eyeball in his hand, which is basically glowing what kind of looks like an evil red-purple, which casts a very not nice light, very sinister light on Estinine here.
But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
Elfnod looks pissed.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Yeah, pretty much. This is an RPG.
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That's kind of looking at me and just walks off.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
I was gonna, go talk to her, but Estinine's like, nope. Let her be. Alright, let's speak to Elfnod real quick. Estinine, pray tell me I am wrong. Uh-oh. I don't see a sail. Okay.
Is that it?
Aye, that would be the Eyrie. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul.
So basically everyone's looking up in the sky, and it kind of looks like a floating tower exploded, but then kind of forgot to finish exploding, so it basically looks like it's halfway through exploding, just kind of hanging out in the air like that. And there's a big, angry gray and purple cloud that has lightning strikes going on in it sometimes. Just kind of in the middle of where the explosion, quote-unquote, happened.
'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated.
About to say, like, we did that already. A couple of times. He smiles. Estonine smiles.
Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
I nod. Alphanon. If our only remaining recourse is to violence, then we should seek out the swiftest path to victory. With every moment we hesitate, Ishgard's prospects grow bleaker. New winds, old friends. Estonine. A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defense might conceivably grant us access to the Eyrie. And I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Alphanod. Very well. On the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. Estonine. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by link pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. Alphanod. I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Renet's Forum, Suicune. From what I gleaned of the Holy Sea's decidedly ambitious airship project, Cid will still be in Ishgard. Subword back to the Foundation. Alphanod. When last he saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Sky Seal manufactory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Americ would seem the obvious choice, but there is no guarantee he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Ah, I have it. Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy Sea's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Emerelian is about. Wasn't Emerelian that really annoying guy? Yeah, here's Honoroi. Poor kid. When it comes to, exchanging information of uncertain origin, Lord Emerelian is something of a prodigy. Alphanod. We were fortunate to find Lord Emerelian at home. The tavern keeper's loss is our gain. Dang. Emerelian. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Well, I trust. In search of a Cid Garland, you say? Then say no more. The tavern's full of talk, and the name of said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. 'Twould seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. Alphanod. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Suicune, we must find Cid and trouble him for his expert opinion. Here we go. Oh, Biggs and Wedge are here. Speak to Biggs. Biggs, if Ishgard comes under attack, we'll have to get out of the city pretty sharpish. Don't much like the idea of leaving a job half-finished, though. Wedge. What's that? There are dragons coming? Sorry, can't talk now. Have to finish this job and get out of here. Cid. Suicune, Alphanod. How fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Alphanod. Greetings, Master Garland. I am sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favor. See, what happened was... Cid. Another wind barrier? And you say it was conjured by Nidhogg. The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Dravanians would fly rings around her. Cid shakes his head. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. Alphanod. But there must be something we can do. Some manner of weapon we could employ. Estonine stands vigil at the edge of the churning mists, but we do not know how much longer. Cid. Alright. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. Biggs and Wedge cheer. Biggs gives a thumbs up. Cid. It's probably best if I let the lad show you. Come on, the manufactory's not far. Alphanut looks to me for a moment, then walks off. Let's speak to Alphanut real quick. Ah, yes, the Sky Steel Manufactory. As I recall, this workshop is primarily devoted to the construction of dragon slaying weapons. Sid. These Guardians have granted us the use of a small corner of their workshop, all part of the agreement. I think you'll see we've made the most of the space. Biggs. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're gonna like this one. I look surprised.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
Yep, it's a Final Fantasy
After you
ship.
put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Yeah, it's just basically kind of like a small ship.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them.
Yeah, it does look very fancy.
They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio's bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, and lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Tetsuo runs in.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Ul'dah. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
Everyone looks shocked.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the mana cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
I nod, stoically. Speak to Alphanod. I am intrigued. I am as intrigued as you, Suicune. Shall we hear what news Tatru has brought us? A general summons. Tatru. General Ruban says he may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts. And he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Alphanod. Come, Suicune. Pressing though Ishgard's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalon and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinine. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. Tataru, as you wish, Master Alphanod. Alphanod, to the Waking Sands, warrior of light. 'Tis past time Ul'dah was delivered from this darkness.